Good evening, I'm Kassi Nelson.
And I'm Lorena Carmona. Here are our stories for Star City News. A Lincoln man is heading to prison after he was accused of slamming his baby's head into a medicine cabinet. 26-year-old Victor Patterson pleaded no contest to attempted child abuse after prosecutors lowered the felony charge. Police say he threw the baby into a coffee table and squeezed him so hard the baby suffered internal injuries. He was arrested in 2012 and is sentenced to 4 to 6 years in prison. The Walking Dead was in Grand Island this weekend. 400 participants attended the 3-day zombie-themed gun competition. It is the second year for the event, attracting 100 more people than the previous year. It's not the typical shoot, but that's the idea. Shooters ages 17 to 32 made up the largest group of participants. And a Lincoln woman is determined to keep her child's memory alive. For the past 2 years, Lori Mothershed has decorated a spot on South Folsom Road under Highway 77 bridge. It is the place where her 17-year-old daughter was killed in 2011. Now the Nebraska Department of Roads has removed the memorial. It says it is illegal and memorials that size could create a safety hazard. Mothershed doesn't think it's as distracting as any other roadside, and she says that she plans to put the memorial back up. Kassi?
3 businesses in North Lincoln were vandalized early this morning. At around 1:30, police say someone threw 2 bricks through a window at the Lux Center for the Arts located at North 48th and Baldwin Streets. Police also say the Northside Cafe and Ambiance by Design had windows broken out. The vandals are still on the loose. And former Democratic Senate candidate Chuck Hasselbrook is running for governor. Hasselbrook says Nebraska needs more than just a Republican voice in its elected offices. His focus will be early childhood education and creating jobs for small business owners. The Flower of Hope School in Haiti was built after the earthquake in 2010. Now the one-room school building is too small to serve all the students, and that's where Omaha volunteers come in. A team supported by Tom Osborne is raising money to build a new school in Haiti. The building will also serve as a community center and a place where visiting doctors can practice. And a senior class trip takes a huge detour after 101 students and chaperones traveling from New York to Atlanta were kicked off an AirTran flight Monday morning. Now it's the Orthodox Jewish High School against AirTran, who is owned by Southwest. The airline says the students would not stay seated or turn off their cell phones when asked. Chaperones say the flight attendants overreacted.
3 teens are dead and 1 other is in the hospital after a rollover crash Monday. Authorities say driver Jackson Blick and passenger Tyler Walling were killed at the scene. Doctors declared Trey Hansen brain dead, and his family made the decision to donate his organs. The accident happened southeast of Fremont. Authorities say speeding was likely a factor. The 16-year-olds were not wearing a seatbelt. So how much would you pay to eat with a billionaire? Well, the price for a private lunch with Warren Buffett has already topped $700,000. The money raised will go to the Glide Foundation, a California charity which provides social services to the poor and homeless in San Francisco. Last year, the winner paid more than $3 million for lunch with the Omaha businessman. Bidding will continue through Friday. And state officials confirmed 12 cases of fatal horse disease in northwest Nebraska. The Department of Agriculture says that the cases of equine infectious anemia were all found in 1 horse herd. The disease only affects horses, mules, and donkeys and is usually transmitted through insects. No other animals or humans can be affected.
And 50 years after her brush with death, one lady has found her hero. Edie Rothstein nearly drowned in a pool when she was 5 years old. Young lifeguard Larry Brickman jumped in, pulling her to safety and resuscitating her until she gained consciousness. Rothstein had always wanted to thank the man, and a simple Google search allowed just that. She called Brickman, and an in-meeting person is in the works. And it was a scary situation for one teenage babysitter. The 13-year-old was taking the trash out at an Omaha home when she was held up at gunpoint. Police say the perpetrators forced the girl into the bathroom with the 2 young children she was watching. The robbers ended up taking several items from the home just west of 30th and Martin in North Omaha before leaving. Luckily, the babysitter and the children were unharmed.
Well, that's a scary situation. A Lincoln man was arrested for public indecency, and this wasn't his first time. Police say 47-year-old Anthony Starks lured a woman to his car outside of a laundromat near 11th and Cornhusker. He was shouting at the woman, and she says that she couldn't understand what he was saying and walked toward his vehicle. She told police Starks was inappropriately touching himself. This is one time it's okay to get caught in the cookie jar. Get your hand caught in the cookie jar. An Illinois man was checking the value of several old lottery tickets his wife had stashed away in the family container. Ricardo Cerezo went to a nearby gas station and was told to file a claim. He contacted the state lottery agency, and the ticket was worth more than $4 million. Cerezo's 14-year-old daughter bought the cookie jar for her father a few months before she died of seizures. And 2 teenagers got more than hamburgers and french fries when they went through the drive-thru Sunday night. Deputies were called to the McDonald's in Waverly after an employee said that they smelt marijuana coming from the car. Authorities found pot and a handgun. The teens were arrested.
Lorena, here's another fast food news story for you. Taco Bell is doing some major damage control after a picture of an employee licking a stack of 30 taco shells has gone viral. The picture was posted on the restaurant's Facebook page for a company contest. Employees were encouraged to submit photos of themselves enjoying their first bite of the product. But the young man took it a little too far. The company says the shells were never served to customers and the employee is being fired. And people in the community came together earlier this week for a night of live music and barbecue at South Point Pavilion. But the night was about more than just tunes and food. The annual concert was hosted by Child Advocacy Center and was dedicated to helping child abuse victims. The concert was free, but hundreds of donations were made. And authorities want your help in tracking down a meat thief. The Lancaster County Sheriff's Office reports someone broke into the Hillcrest Country Club at 94th and O Street between 2 and 4 a.m. Friday. Deputies say the suspects got away with 5 cartons of cigarettes, 4 cartons of ribeye, and 4 cartons of New York strip steaks. If you have any information, call Crime Stoppers at 402-475-3600. And keep a lookout at those neighborhood barbecues, Lorena.
That must have been one hungry thief.
Yeah.
Well, for Star City News, I'm Lorena Carmona.
And I'm Kassi Nelson. Thanks for joining us.